2 Timothy 3.
Go ahead, Yash.
Shalom. First and foremost, as always, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash.
We want to give double honors to our apostles at Great Millstone who taught us this truth. All right, and we want to give a sincere shalom to the elect out there teaching this truth in all honesty and sincerity in these last days. All right, and before we were setting up camp, while we were setting up camp, we were discussing reprobates. You know, about how they always call us men pleasers, because that's always the thing that they run to, is that we're men pleasers and that we're camp banging, man. But that's a bunch of bullshit, because if you look at all these reprobates in times past that have broken off from Great Millstone and done their own thing, right? They last for a little while and then they fade away. Okay? Well, if you're doing the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, you would stay in it. So you guys are really the ones doing the will of men. Okay? But I wanted to start with this scripture. 2 Timothy 3, because it was on page 1444, okay? So you know, it's a spiritual sign.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud."
Right. Yeah, because they want to be, everybody wants to be seen as the guy in the truth, okay? They want to be known as the man, all right? They want that glory, but really the glory is Yahweh Shai, man. You know, that's really who we're supposed to give the glory to. All right, go ahead.
"For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents."
Right, and that's the main thing that I want to get at is disobedient to parents, man. Because really, a lot of you guys that break off, you're younger. Okay, so you really don't even remember a time when
Move that back just a little bit.
when people had respect for their elders, man.
Like a novice.
All right, people had more respect for people who paved the way for them, so to speak. Okay, when you guys come against your teachers, you're coming against the men who paved the way for you. Okay, just look at the athletes of today. They're making more money than they ever have. But they did that. But they're doing that now, okay, because of the men who came before them and paved the way for them to be mega stars, man. It's like that with anything. Okay. If you got anybody that's taught you anything significant in your life, you always gotta have some kind of respect for that person, even if at times you may disagree.
It says, "Unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers."
Saying that we're pleasing men. Well, there was an order that was set up.
Right. "Despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh."
Well, hey, you can look at Awar, man. Once his channel goes away, what's he got, like something crazy, like a couple thousand subscribers? All right, let's say his channel gets struck down. All right, you think he's gonna have enough energy left in the tank to make another one and rebuild his audience? I really doubt that.
It says, last verse, "Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away."
Right, from such turn away, man.
Yeah, I got some.
There's something, verse 14 too.
All right, I'll go back to it. Go ahead.
It's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 1. "Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father, and the younger men as brethren."
Right, there's a code of honor in the scriptures, man. Okay, you guys wouldn't be acting like this if this is ancient times. Just think of all the women that come up to the camp screaming and yelling. They wouldn't have did that shit in ancient times. They would have got judged right then and there.
Then I'm gonna skip down to verse 17. It say, "Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in word and doctrine."
And that the apostles, man, they've shared stories. They've shared stories. You know, Apostle Gabar shares a story about how he was homeless and he had to walk to the camp. You know, but he kept on with the faith. That was the important thing. You know, he's told the stories about him and Apostle Tahara. They used to sleep on the side of the road in that broken ass down truck.
Yeah,
scraping money together to eat.
And when you say double honor, because a lot of times we say it so much because we do a lot of videos and we come out a lot, but when you say double honor, you know, sometimes you gotta really understand what that means instead of just saying it. Because these are the men that taught us how to break down the scriptures through the Spirit of the Lord.
And they took their time. Like when you watch them old videos, they was really taking their time, and it was like part 18 and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it was like very, very edifying. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, some of us brothers had the luxury of coming up on those videos when they were in the studio. So yeah, the Lord set those men up to do that. So can you trust man? Can you follow a righteous man? Yes. How you think we able to break these things down? The Lord set up certain men. You know, I did a video on that yesterday. Now you don't bow down to a man. You don't praise a man. You know, say all praises to this man. But you follow a righteous man. If a man is leading you in righteousness and he's doing everything through the Spirit of the Lord, you can learn from that person. You're supposed to follow that man. You know, the scriptures say, if thou see a man of understanding, wear out the steps of his door. Meaning what? You're supposed to, hey man, you got some more for me? You got some more? You know, when Morpheus showed Neo that jujitsu, what did Neo say? He said, I want more. You know? So this is the living waters we're supposed to be thirsting for.
This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaks expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
And we see that pattern recycle year after year, man. We see it recycle year after year. Because we were wondering around the Passover, like, who's going to be the big scoffer this year, you know? And it turned out that it was, unfortunately, him, you know? But
speaking lies in hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
Right, what does that mean to have your conscience seared with a hot iron, man? That means that you weren't right in the first place and you got exposed, okay? Or you got emotional and left. That's what that means, man. That means that you were secretly against what you were being taught in some ways.
Yeah, and a lot of guys that fall out the truth or they break away, a common thing that they do is, the first thing they do is tell you not to listen to a man. You gotta listen to the book, Ak. You know, that's what Nazariah did when they first fell out. They started changing the whole doctrine, telling you not to learn from men, start saying all this other madness, and now where are they? Fell off the face of the earth. That's the first thing guys do. Don't listen to a group, brother. Don't listen to no group.
But you're a group.
You know?
Yeah.
But then you breaking down the scriptures the same way that you was taught by those particular men. You're still saying the name Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Still teaching that America's Babylon the Great. Where'd you learn that from?
Yeah, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that ain't in the scriptures.
Yeah.
Since everything got to be in the scriptures, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai ain't in the scriptures.
You got a quick one, bring it out.
Had to be revealed.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 8, verse 26. And the angel of the Lord spake unto Philip, saying, Arise and go toward the south unto the way that goeth down from Jerusalem unto Gaza, which is desert. And he arose and went, and behold, a man of Ethiopia, and Enoch of great authority unto Candace, Queen Candace, Queen of Ethiopians, Queen of the Ethiopians, who had the charge of all her treasure, and had come to Jerusalem for to worship, was returned and sitting in.
Just go to the point, bro. Go to the point.
I got it. And verse 31. And he said, how can I, except some man should guide me? And he desired Philip that he would come up and sit with him.
You gotta go up to
Yeah.
Okay, 29.
yeah.
Acts chapter 8, verse 29. Then the Spirit said unto Philip, go near and join themselves to this chariot. And Philip ran hither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah, and said, understand thou what thou readest? And he said, how can I, except some man should guide me? And he desired Philip that he would come up and sit with him.
Right, so you need a guide, man. All right, especially when you come into this truth as a newborn babe.
Yep.
You know, the rookie's got to learn from someone. Okay. Everybody needs a coach. That's pretty much what a guide is. A guide is like a coach. Okay, everybody needs to get coached up when they first come into anything, man. Especially this truth, because it's so serious.
This is 2 Timothy 3 verse 13. It says, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them.
Ooh.
And from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith, which is in Hamashiach Yahushai. Read this for me real quick. So I can, go to
Oh, okay.
3 and 13.
Okay. 2 Timothy, right?
Yeah, 3 and 13.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse.
Right, and that's what we're speaking about right now. Men that, become found unworthy of this knowledge. And when they fall out, they end up waxing worse and worse because they don't continue to just teach. They want to take away from the doctrine. They want to switch up the ways they've been taught, which was the correct way. Now they're going in the way of error. Go ahead.
Deceiving and being deceived.
Yeah, deceiving other brothers.
And it is crazy, Salak, that because you was a part of Great Millstone for all them years, and all your followers was basically Great Millstone listeners, followers. So sometimes it's certain camps. Like when I was first came in, it was only like 5 or 6 camps I watched, and there was like my main camps I watched. But this was before I was even watching the elders, so it was like those were my favorite guys. And somebody might take a liking to you, and then so they might
Familiarity.
be like, damn, I don't know who I should. But you. Them was Great Millstone. You got a new doctrine now, so let the people know that you got a new doctrine. You feel me though?
Yeah. He still tries to act like he's still teaching what he was
Nah,
taught, except for this, that, and the other thing.
He don't bring out scripture. He
Ain't no
just cries
exceptions.
for fucking 2 hours on the track.
Go ahead, keep going.
They say, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. But continue thou in all things which thou hast learned, is been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them.
We're supposed to continue in the things which we learned and that we've been assured of. Because when you learn something, you got to be assured of what you're learning. So you go do your own research, you study, you figure out that it's true. And if it's true, you're supposed to continue in those things, continue in that doctrine. Go ahead. Knowing of whom thou hast learned them.
You gotta have conviction, man.
Who did we learn from? The elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And also there's been a process of elimination. You see all these different groups and camps with these other leaders, And some of these guys, you just know that that's not it.
Yeah.
So you X them out until you get the correct answer.
And say, and that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise into salvation through faith.
And that's an important precept right there. These scriptures are able to make you wise unto salvation through what? Faith. So the correct doctrine, all right, can save you. Breaking down the scriptures the correct way and feeding the sheep, that can lead to salvation. He that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved.
That's right.
So we're out here doing a very, very peculiar work right now.
And we got to speak the words of prophecy, man. We can't just be calling everybody man pleasers for a month straight and not get into prophecy.
Right.
I pass on this. This book of Acts, chapter 20, verse 27. For I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of the Most High. Take heed, therefore, unto yourselves and to all the flock, over which the Holy Spirit have made you overseers.
Yeah, so you gotta take heed to yourself and unto the flock, because there's men out there that's just now, men and women, that's just now learning that they Israelites. So you gotta be aware of what you're teaching and how you teach.
Yeah, and who did the Holy Spirit make overseers? Men.
Yep.
To feed the church of Yahweh, which he hath purchased with his own blood. For I know this, that after my departing, that shall grievous wolves enter in among you, not sparing the flock.
And you have that until this very day. All right, men that want the glory for themselves, but they'll tell you not to follow a man. But what am I supposed to follow you?
Yeah.
Right,
Since he was he delivered unto Satan, and that's why he don't even care about the flock no more. He got no care for the flock because he got Satan on him right now. They say also of yourselves shall men arise.
Yep.
Men of great millstone shall men arise, speaking perverse things to draw away disciples after them.
Oh,
Filthy lucre's sake.
Nah, not even filthy lucre's sake. He just want to draw away, because he's not getting no money off of it. He just want to draw away disciples to follow him. He's like, oh, we gonna let you make the choice. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
You watch this shit. You gonna make the choice. But them disciples and them people that was watching him was all great millstone watchers, basically, for because them the only people who watch us.
Yeah.
Is the people, because most people can't stand us.
And the people that's on his comment board is basically a bunch of people that just don't like GMS.
Right.
Just a bunch of scoffers.
Or they couldn't make the cut.
Yeah.
This is First Titus chapter 1 verse 6. Verse 7. For a bishop must be blameless as the steward of the Most High, not self-willed, not soon angry, not given to wine, not strikers, not given to filthy lucre, but a lover of hospitality, a lover of good men, sober, just, holy, temperate, holding fast the faithful words as he have been taught.
Holding fast the faithful words which he have been taught. Okay, and like I said, through the Spirit, you know, that lone wolf spirit is out, man. You know, like the brother said, you fall out the truth and you trying to draw disciples after you to follow you. You know, that's just Satan. That's just Satan that's on you.
That he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers, for there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, whose mouth must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not,
Yep.
for filthy lucre's sake.
Yeah, a lot of guys have an issue with reincarnation. You know, a lot of guys have issues with that. So it bothers their spirit because they're not spiritual. You know.
This is Romans 15 and 20. Yea, so have I strived to preach the gospel, not where Yahushua was named, lest I should build upon another man's foundation. And that's what he was doing, man. He's trying to subvert our house. Okay? He's trying to take the members and the subscribers that he got beforehand and make his own little thing with it. All right? That's building upon another man's foundation. Okay? And that's being deceptive.
Yeah, and that the guy that's with him, he's far gone. He said that they gonna, you know, if you got anybody that's blind or paralyzed, or come down to the camp, we gonna heal you on camera.
Wow.
They ain't giving the Lord the They ain't say the Lord was gonna. They said they gonna do it.
Yeah, because when John and Peter healed the lame man, they told they said, "Don't, why y'all looking upon us like we did something?" They said he got healed through Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They gave the glory to the Lord.
That's right.
These dudes talking about, yeah, we gonna do this. Then he said, he said, y'all think we playing like he said we did this before, off camera. He said we never did it on camera. So they saying that they healed the blind and healed the cripple off camera.
And there's gonna be a lot more guys that they're not gonna be the last ones. You know, those two individuals from Mississippi. That's who we speaking about. They're not gonna be the last ones. That's why you gotta pray that the Lord takes not the Holy Spirit away from you. That's why you gotta be grounded and settled in this truth. You know, we're gonna switch gears and go to get into some prophecy. 'Cause that's what we, you know.
I mean, want to bring this last one out?
Yeah, go ahead.
Matthew 7 and 15. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns, or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Think about that, man. All the guys that accused us of being men pleasers, they all fell out, right? Yeah, that's it on that.
Go ahead.
Just trying to find something.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against you, and let not the incredulity of them trouble you that speak against you. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Where's all these scoffers at that came to the camp years ago? Said we were full of shit. Said ain't nothing going on, right? That all those people that talk shit during the or before the pandemic. Well, now you ain't got a leg to stand on, man. Now the prophecies are here. Okay, so don't let that trouble. So don't let that trouble you, man. You know, let these scoffers eat their words. If you have faith, they're going to eat their words.
Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
Right, and now it's time for the Lord to start passing out judgment, man, because things are getting a little ridiculous out here. Okay,
Yeah.
so the Lord's got to do some kind of serious judgment, man, and we see the seeds being planted for it with the all these shortages, man.
Yeah, it said wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. I seen a video that the new TED Talk where these motherfuckers was talking about it was some lady like with like them G20 summits and that TED Talk shit. You got all the elites get together and talk about the new laws and shit. And they was saying how pedophilia is a sexual orientation. And they was saying how pedophiles get born that way. And that's what they was going into. And they was going like making excuses for them.
Yeah.
And that's what that LGBT, that P at the end of all that shit is for pedophilia. Because that's gonna be the new sexual orientation.
Yeah, that's why they I remember what's that chick's name that just got on the Supreme Court? Jackson. They were grilling her because she was light on the pedophiles, man. Here it is. They had these senators were bringing up these cases where she gave these pedophiles pretty much, no punishment, okay, but people that were actually committing like lesser crimes were getting bigger punishments and bigger judgments than the pedophiles, man.
Yeah, and that's super duper wickedness. That pedophilia, you ain't even supposed to eat a goddamn. You can't even eat a baby. You ain't even supposed to eat a baby goat. You know what I'm saying? Let alone have sex with a fucking kid. So like, if you ain't supposed to eat the kid animals, why are you out here? And they want that shit because everything that's evil in this society is they call it good, like in Isaiah said.
Yeah, woe unto them that call evil good.
It say, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as to touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things, in which they wickedly exercise themselves.
Yeah, so the Lord is saying he's going to act, okay? Because a lot of people, they see us out here year after year, time after time, and in their minds, it's just, oh, they just speaking. They just talking that shit, right? They just speaking that Bible shit. That's what they say in their spirits, in their minds. But, see, there's going to come a time where you're not going to see us out here. We're not going to be teaching on the streets because it's going to be too chaotic. You're going to see military troops. You're going to see military vehicles. You're going to see tanks. All right? You're going to see checkpoints in the city. Okay?
Just 2 years ago.
And then you're going to wonder, where are they? So I can get that knowledge. So I can get that understanding. But then it's going to be too late. See, now is the time to get it. All right? Like the scriptures say, how's it go? Remember thy creator in the days of thy youth, for the evil days come not. See, there's nobody standing out here. Now is the time where you're supposed to be coming out here. Because right now, what are we doing? We really, besides the brothers that's tuning in on the live, all right, we really prophesying to the wind. Jake ain't out here. But the water Tihabah Shemyan Shai for the remnant, because the brothers that's watching on the live, you brothers are getting fed. So this is really for you.
Go ahead. This is the book of Amos, chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, said the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but hearing the words of the Lord.
Yeah, so there's going to be a famine of hearing the words of the Lord. All right? That means that the prophets are going to be taken off the streets. That means a possibility that you ain't going to be able to get this word online. Matter of fact, that's what it is going to be. You ain't going to be able to go on YouTube because they're going to take all our videos down.
Social media going to be
It's like they have many times before.
They're going to take all the videos down. They already censoring this shit, man. You could barely say certain things.
Yeah, they already took a lot of shit down. Like J Hell, remember J Hell 15?
Yeah.
All the videos all them shit is going off the internet.
Yeah.
Did a lot of brothers old videos and
Yep.
shit.
You're not gonna. So now it's gonna be like, hey, if you got the truth, now you just got it.
Well, hey, it was just a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. We had to spend almost a whole half a year teaching at the park, and it was like that for brothers all around the country, man.
Yeah.
You know, it could happen again. We could have to resort to that, and then eventually it'll just be nothing.
And they just declared monkeypox
Yep.
a state emergency.
And that shit is
in New York
actually
State.
spreading, man. It's actually spreading. But they say 98% of the cases is amongst the moles.
Yeah, the poxers.
Yep.
This is the verse 12. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find
They
it.
shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord and shall not find it. So, like I said, man, this is you don't want to get it now, then that's on you. But we understand through faith that this is only for the elect. So the elect is gonna be the only ones that have this knowledge anyway. Regardless. Go ahead.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 12, verse 21. And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that you have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision fails?
Yeah, you see the World War III signs out here. You see the MOTB signs out here, right? But our people see those things, and what do they say? Common thing amongst Jake. Oh, I could see it, but just not now.
Yeah, when is that supposed to happen?
Yeah.
They're like, when is that supposed to happen? Not in my lifetime.
Yeah, I could see it happening 20 years from now. We ain't moving in that spirit.
Nah.
We ain't fucking moving in that spirit, man. We was ready to get out of here yesterday. All right, go ahead. Hey, we tired of being debt slaves to the elite, man. Clocking in to work.
I want my reward.
Yeah, we want our crowns, man. But we understand that, hey, we gonna have to do this as long as the Lord. We understand it.
Yeah.
The Lord ain't gonna come when you want him to come.
Yeah.
Oh, Yahweh ain't come at the end of when was the year of the Karagma? Was that last year?
At least it probably was.
maybe
Yeah.
two-
No, when the Apostle
20
Tahar said it was the year of
2020?
Karagma. I think it was 2020. Yeah, I think it was 2020. So, the Karagma didn't come in 2020, so I'm out. You know, you can't have that spirit, man.
Yeah.
It was pushed heavy in 2020.
Yeah.
And as the years go by, it's gonna get pushed even harder.
Hey, but you can't compare. When the Lord come back, we're gonna get eternal life.
Yep.
And you can't compare no amount of time we've been here to eternity. You know what I'm saying? Is eternity gonna outweigh it? So it's nothing.
And Esau is even saying 2023 is going. He said that's gonna be the year from hell.
Yeah.
Esau is coining his own years. You know? Go ahead.
It say, tell them therefore, this saith the Lord, Yahweh.
Yeah,
I will
223 means 666.
I will make this proverb to cease,
Yep.
and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision.
Yeah, so that means that days are at hand, meaning that the day of the Lord hastening. You're supposed to hasten the day. All right? You got to be in the spirit of pushing the prophecies. Go ahead.
For there shall be no more any vain visions, nor flattering divinations
Yep.
within the house of Israel.
Now, only a dumbass nigga can't see what's going on in the world. You see how the Lord is taking this place down. You see everything is going to shit. You can really see the decline of America in other parts of the world. Everything is dead. There's nothing to do. People are whacked out. The women are stupid. Social media is it's like everything is just dry. You know, you can see the decline. America, like in the early 2000s, it was actually like it was decent. You could, you know, it was more live. You know, like 2003,
90s
2004. Yeah, you go back to the late 90s. You know, we in the 80s. You know, you couldn't really. Yeah, but I was born in '89, so I know that the late 90s that was a good time for a kid. That's when your parents they ain't even watch you outside.
Right.
You could just roam the neighborhood. Like everybody's parents knew each other. You could be on the other side of the neighborhood and it was all good. Now you gotta, your kids in the front, you gotta be peeking out the window.
Right.
Cause you don't know if they're gonna get scooped in a white van with tents and taken away to some damn pedo ring, man.
You got people that they drive around like maniacs, man. They walk out in the street, they get hit by a damn car, man. You know, people were a lot more cautious and careful back then, especially when children were around. Nowadays, man, you got Jake. They'll start shooting each other or beating each other up or getting in a knife fight when there's little kids playing outside.
Hey, the scripture said the little mini shell wax worse.
That's common
Oh,
nowadays.
you know?
That's common.
Because that one brother made the video about how his dog got shot right in front of his children.
Okay.
That's wickedness. Go ahead.
For I am Yahweh, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass.
Yeah, the word that the Lord speaks shall come to pass.
It's-
And what did he say? All these things are going to happen.
And it shall no more be prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, I will say the word, and I will perform it, saith Yahweh.
And that's talking about this generation right now. That's
Yeah.
why they call it Generation Z or X, whatever it is. You know?
Yeah, but we're gonna start coming out here saying shit that's because once the Lord once the birth pains start and everything gonna be happening fast.
Yep.
We're gonna be saying shit, the shit gonna be happening the next day.
Okay, you can tell that brother to go to Mississippi. You might, you know.
Yeah, he grows way back.
Yeah, go get it going.
It say, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass, and it shall no more be prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, I will say the word, and I will perform it, saith Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel says the vision that he sees is for many days to come. And he prophesies of times that are far off.
Yeah, because they want to prolong the days because they love it here. This is talking to you Israelites. You want to prolong the days of trouble because really you don't have no faith and you fearful. But in order, we understand to get the kingdom of heaven, you're gonna have to go through the straight gate. It's gonna be ugly. You're gonna see a lot of terrible things out here. But that's the way you gotta go to get to that kingdom, man. That's the only way is through the straight gate. So you're gonna have to see a whole bunch of things go down. It's not an easy road. And you're gonna have to, have integrity and faith throughout this whole. A lot of guys are gonna bug out and fall out. We hope that's not us. We hope we don't bug out and fall out at the end. But your faith got to be strong.
That's right.
It say, therefore say unto them, this saith Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the word which I have spoken shall be done.
Oh,
Yeah. Hey, also, it's prophesied that a lot of things are gonna happen. Like even when hey, Slock here, bro. I got a preset. All right, okay. This is Book of Matthew, chapter 14. Slock here, verse 13. Matthew chapter 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
Right, because this gospel has to be preached, which it has been throughout the four corners of the land. That's why you have camps in all these different areas.
Verse 15.
All over the globe.
15. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation. Now we know this is talking about times past, but there ain't nothing new under the sun. So this stuff is going to come to pass again. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in holy place, whosoever readeth, let him understand.
Yeah, because Esau's going shut the cities down again. He's going to try to close Jake in again, just like he did in times past. besiege cities. It tells you in 2nd Ezra 15 that a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. He's going to try to starve some of you jakes out too.
Yeah. And a great sign that we see that to know that this is going to come to pass is the fact that this word is being preached throughout the entire world. You know, so just by knowing that, you should be in the spirit that all of this is going to come to pass in your time.
Hey man, it's this winter could get pretty wild, man. You got China collapsing right now. They're going through a banking crisis. You know, we know that most of our goods come from China. Okay, so what if China shuts down? Then the world goes without goods. Okay.
Yeah, the situation that happened in Ukraine, because they have a lot of they're responsible for a lot of the world's grain. That caused a lot of shortages. You know, food shortages.
Oil, energy, you know, it costs more to bring products from point A to point B and to manufacture them. You know, and then you have the Federal Reserve, they keep raising these rates up incredibly fast. All right, they raised the rates more in the past 2 months than they did the previous 10 years combined. All right. And that's going to have a really bad effect on an economy that already has shortages, man. They're basically going to try and kill off the economy in order to stop the inflation from getting out of control. They're going to say, oh, we'll stop the inflation, but you got to live through a depression.
Yeah, and that's going to bring in the chip.
Yeah.
That's going to bring in the chip right there, because they're going to say, oh, we got a solution.
Problem, reaction, solution.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 35. Hear now these things, and understand them, you servants of the Lord. Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the God of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack.
Yeah, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. The brother mentioned those birth pains. The Lord is comparing the plagues to birth pains. You know? Meaning that once it starts, it's not going to stop.
That's right.
Go ahead.
As when a woman with child in the 9th month brings forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth pains can pass her womb,
Yep.
which pains, when the child come forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth.
Yeah, and we haven't seen the plagues at its full capacity yet. We seeing little things here, little things there, you know. But when the Lord really turns the heat all the way up, it's going to be, you know, something that's inevitable.
Yeah. We haven't seen, like, we ain't seen no real famine yet.
Right.
All right, when it's a real famine out here, all right, it's game time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When it's when you can see the pestilence, when I say, because when you had that COVID shit, you couldn't see it, you know what I'm saying? They was like, oh, the number is high, it was nobody in the streets and shit, but you couldn't, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't say that was that.
Yeah, you couldn't really tell if somebody had it unless, you know, Esau was playing with numbers and everything
Tests
was just
were faulty and all.
Hey, but the time gonna come where you gonna be able to see it.
Yeah.
All right, you gonna see people fucking starving and fucking eating each other and shit. Get Baruch, the 2nd chapter.
No, we don't smoke. Sorry. Yep, you're welcome. But you, like the brother said, you're gonna be able to see it, you know?
Yeah. Nobody gonna have to tell you. It say, when the woman with child in the 9th month brings forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth pains, can pass her womb. When the child come forth, they are not slack a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. And the world shall mourn. The world, when the world is in fucking mourning, the whole world gonna be in mourning. We don't got that chat. It's coming, but it ain't here yet. They say the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side.
Yeah, because you got people, and people are basically mourning over really something that's not really that crazy, like the baby formula shortage.
Yeah.
That really wasn't like you know, people was like, oh, because I work in a store where you can only get 4 cans per person. And a lot of people get mad, like they start throwing fits and shit. They want to see the manager. Well, it's like, well, if you was fucking breastfeeding, then you wouldn't have this problem.
Yeah, wait till you only can get an eighth of a can.
Yeah.
Like that's not really a necessity.
Yeah, it's like, bitch, excuse my French, breastfeed your kid, you know. But a woman, she won't do that. It hurts. Well, guess what? If it's your first time doing it, it might hurt, but you're gonna get used to it.
Nah, my baby mom said it felt good.
You know?
What do they say? America makes up about 9 to 10% of the population, but consumes almost 50% of the world's food. So you Americans, you've been living in excess.
Yeah, very gluttonous.
So the Lord, He knows that stat, because He made you. He put that spirit on you to be a bunch of fat asses, man. So get used to not eating as much.
Yeah.
Some of you not even eating it at all.
And think about all the food that you know, restaurants throw away on a daily basis. Yeah. If you brothers ever worked in any type of restaurant business, at the end of the day, they just throw that food out. And they don't give it to people that need it, because if they get sick off of it, they could sue them. See how dumb this society is?
Right.
You got people that's actually homeless and can't eat, but they throw away probably billions of dollars of food a day, but won't feed somebody because they could sue them. Because that's Esau's laws are dumb.
It's an oxymoron society.
Go ahead.
It's verse 40.
That's dumb as hell.
It say, "Oh my people, hear my word.
Choke on a bone or something?
Make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth."
Yep.
And so you're gonna have to be like a pilgrim. A pilgrim, damn, I ain't got my phone. I left my phone. Get you got the etymology dictionary on your in your phone? You could just go to etymology and go to look up pilgrim.
I'm gonna whip my phone across the damn street.
And look up pilgrim.
A person.
You looked at the etymology.
etymology.
Okay,
Yeah.
go read it.
A person traveling to a holy place.
And that's what we gonna be. We gonna be we trying to get to that holy place. So we gotta be like a person traveling to a holy place. Go ahead. It's more, right?
It says a traveler that's seeking some miracle or spiritual benefit.
And that's what we gonna be doing. Yeah. We gonna be seeking. Read it again.
Video on the word pilgrim.
Read that again. Start over from the top.
A person traveling to a holy place.
Right. Go ahead.
And also a person that's seeking some miracle or spiritual benefit.
We seeking help from the Lord, man. Some miracle or spiritual benefit. When it's a famine, and it ain't no food out here, we gotta be like Elisha, like hoping that raven come, or hoping he drop Habakkuk.
That's how Denzel on Book of Eli, he was a pilgrim.
Yeah, he's a pilgrim.
He said they asked him where he was going. He said west. Esau was going off. He really should have been going east. But he was.
Yeah.
He said, "I walk by faith, not by sight."
Yeah.
He was going to a specific destination. He was following the Lord.
Yeah.
So he was like a pilgrim in that movie.
Yeah. That's what he was.
And the scripture says in Matthew 24 that we're coming into a time like no other.
So you're gonna have to move a certain way, like a pilgrim. I'm gonna do a video on that word too.
There was some more in there.
Traveler. I mean, that's this.
Basically,
Oh yeah, no, that was it.
It was early.
I ended up looking at it. I was like, oh, this shit fire.
That's a good definition.
It is.
Go ahead.
That was it.
Oh, where was we at?
It was
At Baruch, if you wanted it, second chapter.
Oh,
Go ahead. Yeah, bring it up. Go ahead. Raise your voice.
It's the book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse 1. Therefore, the Lord hath made good his word, which he pronounced against us and against our judges that judge Israel, and against our kings, and against our princes, and against the men of Israel and Judah, to bring upon us great plagues, such as never happened under the whole heaven.
And that proves that that's a future prophecy.
Right.
know, it says it's gonna bring plagues such as never happened under the whole sun.
Right, so you can't say that was that already happened because he said the time was coming that never happened.
That's Daniel 12.
Right. Yeah.
Go ahead.
As it came to pass in Jerusalem, according to the things that were written in the law of Moses.
Yeah, and the curses. If the curses said these things was going to come upon us if we didn't keep the law, so now the Lord making his word good. Go ahead.
That a man should eat the flesh of his own son.
That's Salaki. That's cannibalism. That's cannibalism.
So what's going to happen in those end times that they going to be eating the flesh of their own son? Go ahead.
And the flesh of his own daughter. Moreover,
We don't see that happening right now.
Hey, there's only two sexes, male and female.
Yeah.
So you see how the scriptures. So you can't say, oh well, what about the women, sons and daughters?
Yeah.
moreover, he hath delivered them to be in subjection to all the kingdoms that are around about us.
I just wanted to get that famine scripture and how people gonna be eating their kids, man. People gonna be out here eating people.
They animals too.
Yep.
Not just their kids, but they animals too. You might not have no food, but you got your pit bull sitting right there.
Right, and I seen I was watching Alex Jones and he played this video where they were saying that people need to start eating bugs.
Yep. Hey, and when
He
you
he was saying that people need to start eating bugs and worms.
well, there's the trend. Remember we saw it on social media where celebrities were eating ants. You know.
Yeah. Sucker was it?
Yeah, it was
Sucker.
and these are motherfuckers with multi-million.
Yeah, and that's what they doing. They getting these stars to come on Good Morning America, and they always got some fucking star doing it. It ain't like it's some nobody, the Joe Smo motherfucker. It's a star like, oh, and they eat it. Oh, this is good.
Yeah.
So you can fucking eat it.
They're gonna be having Bobby Flay.
Hey,
go on The
but
View.
Bill Gates still gonna be eating his fucking hamburgers.
Yep. The chick from what's her name? What movie was she off of? The chick from 12 Years a Slave. Her real name is Lupita something. She was at this event and she had a little tray in her hand, like a hand-sized tray, and just had ants on it. And she was like, they taste good, you know. And then Doja Cat, the pop artist, she had a lollipop, a sucker, with like ants inside of it, just eating it, you know.
And these elites, they use the people, these celebrities, to prep you masses of people. You know.
Yep. Oh, I said Daniel 12.
Yeah. Daniel 12 and 1. Yeah, this is Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was, since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book.
Yeah, time of trouble. And that's the time we're coming into, a time that we've never seen before. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered. You know, so that's gonna be it's gonna, like when the missiles hit, or when the missiles are coming, and World War III is in full effect. That's gonna be the same time where Chariot's gonna be flying. You know, go ahead.
Jeremiah
So
16.
eat bugs, slave. It's basically what they're telling you.
Jeremiah
Eat bugs.
16. You want?
And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
Yeah, you're gonna have some people that wake up to the truth, you know, and get the everlasting life. You're gonna have some people that's just gonna stay asleep. Some to shame and everlasting contempt. You know? They gonna just live until they destroy. Go ahead. Well, really, they destroyed now, because if you living and you ain't got this truth, you really destroyed.
That remind me of that 1 Corinthians 5 and 5.
Hosea 4 and 6.
Go ahead.
And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament. that makes me think of Proverbs 1 and 20. Man.
And Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 5. Matter of fact, get that joint.
We're gonna laugh at their calamity, man. The biggest I told you so is about to hit. And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end.
Shine.
Okay?
Back
I'm gonna read this one.
Read that one again. Where it say and then read that. Where they shall shine.
Verse 3. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn
Talking
many.
about the elect.
Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 7.
Is it?
No, it's right here.
Oh yes. Sorry.
And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble.
It's talking about the same thing in Daniel.
They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever.
The elect. That's talking about the elect, and that's really this one. When you read Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 5, it's talking about the people who died in Yahweh Shai.
They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect.
The elect, yeah. So you are gonna have elect men that's in the spirit world, because that's what Wisdom of Solomon 3 is talking about. That was basically, yeah.
Well, I want to read the ungodly.
Go ahead.
But the ungodly shall be punished
Yeah.
according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteousness and forsaken the Lord.
Yeah. Yo, so if you forsaken the Lord, you're gonna be punished, man.
Because this is like the churches don't teach about getting punished.
Yeah.
They just say, oh, if you don't listen, you're gonna go to hell. You know, they always teach about, you know, just love, everybody could be saved, you know,
prosperity
Jesus. Yeah, but what about the ungodly? You know, they're gonna be
You
punished.
gotta cure evil with the love of Jesus.
With love, brother. It says, for whoso despiseth wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hope is vain. Their labors unfruitful, and their works unprofitable. Their wives are foolish, and their children wicked. Their offspring is cursed. Wherefore, blessed is the barren that is undefiled, which have not known the sinful bed. She shall have fruit in the visitation
Yeah, she gonna
of
get
souls.
fruit in the kingdom. That's when she gonna have her. Because you really don't really like brothers still. You know what I'm saying, but you really don't really want to be bringing kids into this world right now.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what
tough.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
But if it happened, I'm saying the Lord, it was all the will of the Lord. You know.
But this world is wicked, you know.
Yeah.
It's like damn, you know.
It make you not want to have kids.
Get that.
Yeah, you can't raise them how you want because you're under subjection.
Right.
It's going down.
This is Jeremiah 16 and 1. The word of the Lord came also unto me, saying, Thou shalt not take thee a wife, neither shalt thou have sons or daughters in this place. But thus saith the Lord concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place.
That's born here in America, man. In that latter time. Go ahead.
And concerning their mothers that bear them, and concerning their fathers that begot them in this land. They shall die of grievous deaths.
Yep, they're going to die of grievous deaths. They're going to die by the sword. They're going to die by molestation. You know what I'm saying? They're going to die by famine. They're going to die by monkeypox and whatever else Esau conjured up in the labs.
Animals.
Yep, go ahead.
They shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried.
Yeah, when the day of the Lord come, when these birth pains come and everything, you got martial law in the streets, it ain't gonna be, people not gonna die and you're not gonna have no funeral 7 days later and be planning shit out.
No,
right.
It's gonna be bodies all in the streets and that shit just gonna be there. Go ahead.
But they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth.
It's gonna be like shit upon the face of the earth. Go ahead.
And they shall be consumed by the sword
Yeah.
and by famine,
And by the sword and by famine. Go ahead.
and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven.
Yep.
And that's how your loved ones is gonna get removed from the streets.
Yeah. They're gonna be meat. Meat for the fowls of heaven.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the fowls don't have a dietary law.
Yeah.
They eat, you know.
He said
They gonna
that.
eat.
You
You know?
know, we can't eat this. It's not
That's
the law.
some of the fowls was made to clean up.
Yeah.
Yeah, those vultures. Why you think they you know, if it's a dead animal,
Yeah.
that the ecosystem is designed for them to clean that up.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why the Lord made them like that.
Hey, the Lord. The Lord probably. The animals
Lord
probably
made
know.
maggots
They
for
like,
that
oh, it's a
too.
great feast coming.
Yeah.
Probably,
And they gonna eat good too.
mm-hmm.
And
Hey,
they're not gonna be destroyed for eating that.
Nah.
They was made for that purpose.
Yeah.
Like shrimp. For you jakes that eat shrimp, when there's schools of shrimp in the water, when there's shrimp in the water, not schools of shrimp, when there's shrimp in the ocean, shrimp follow schools of fish. And what they do is they consume the shit. You know, from the fish. That's what they do. They clean it.
Nice and fresh before it hits the bottom.
Yeah. And then Jake will put that shit in some cocktail sauce
Yeah.
and says, I'm living good, I'm eating shrimp.
And watch and fucking videotape this.
You know?
I'm healthy because it's lean.
The
That's
shrimp,
what
the
they'll say.
shrimp is good for the ocean.
Right.
It's meant to cleanse.
Bottom feeder.
It's not a fool.
Yep.
It's not to be dipped in cocktail sauce.
And then the fish shit that happens to not get eaten by the shrimp goes to the bottom and gets eaten by the oysters.
Yep. And what do niggas do? Put the oysters on some ice. You slurping it up.
Clams.
Destroying you. You got the ecosystem all out of whack, man. The oysters, when we in the kingdom, the oysters gonna be in the water. They ain't gonna get pulled out the water
Never.
with a big ass fish net and go to your local market and get sold. The earth is destroyed on all levels. Taking the crabs out the water. That's why the ocean is all fucked up, man.
Hey, and when you go to the Leviticus, the 11th chapter, it speaks about what you can eat and what you can't eat. You know?
And they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth. For thus saith the Lord, enter not into the house of mourning, neither go to lament nor bemoan them.
If they not in the brotherhood, enter not into the house of mourning with them. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, hey, that takes a lot for brothers to digest sometimes. Some brothers to digest too when they first come in, man. You know, the handling of loss, because you look at loss differently than when you were in the world. Okay?
For I have taken away my peace from this people,
Yes.
saith the Lord.
And that's why you're not supposed to enter into the house of mourning with them, because the Lord took away their peace from them. So you ain't supposed to feel sorry for them. That's judgment. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
This whole chapter is full of judgment, telling you the things that the Lord gonna bring to pass. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say this real quick. Like, a lot of these dudes that get judged, they really be niggas, but and they be wicked as hell. They might get shot down, but then their family would get on TV and say he was such a good person. He did everything. He did this. He did that. But was he serving the Lord?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, he was a drug dealer. He might have gave to your community, but he still was wicked. You know? Just because he handed out turkeys don't mean he was good. Or because he was, you know, was he serving the Lord? That's what makes you good. Serving the Lord.
I have taken away my peace from this people, saith the Lord, even loving kindness and mercies.
And that's talk about the people on this side. He gonna take away his peace from this people. 2/3 of this people in loving kindness. Go ahead.
Both the great and the small shall die in this land.
The great and the small gonna die in this land. Go ahead.
They shall not be buried, neither shall men lament for them, nor
Yeah.
cut themselves, nor make themselves bald for them.
Yeah, you're not gonna go get you a fresh haircut for the funeral, or you're not gonna get tattoos. Go ahead.
Neither shall
When they shave their hair bald, that's symbolic for mourning too.
Yeah.
That's symbolic because that's what we would do to the other nations when we conquered them, and we took their women. You would shave her,
Yep.
and let her bemoan her family for X amount of times, and then after that she would,
30 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going into the law of the concubines.
Or the law of after we take after war.
Yeah,
You know.
Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy 21.
Yep. Go ahead.
Neither shall men tear themselves for them in mourning,
Yeah.
to comfort them for their dead. Neither shall men give them the cup of consolation,
You ain't gonna give them the cup of consolation is go to the liquor store and drink with them. Go ahead.
You're getting drunk.
to
Getting
drink
nice.
for their father or for their mother. Thou shalt not also go into the house of feasting.
And it say thou shalt not, because you're not going to be able to do it. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be too crazy
It's
out
going
here.
to be crazy and chaotic out here. Martial law. It say, go ahead.
You ain't gonna have time to be feeling really feeling emotions.
Yeah. When that time comes, like when people die, like people be like, oh, sad and shit. People die now. Like that shit gonna be like, I'm telling you, it's gonna be like nothing.
Yep.
It's gonna affect you different because the times we in.
Yep.
Go ahead.
To sit with them to eat and to drink.
Yeah, cause Jake, they'll have a wake, and then it's a big ass like a
Oh, yeah.
buffet
After
food.
the
You know how Jake
yeah.
do?
The repast.
Yeah, the food. You got after you come from the thing, you got the food. All the family get together. People talk. You know what I'm saying? It's really like a little hangout, drink. Yeah, you feasting, you check. Ain't gonna be none of that. And Esau does that too. They have
Yeah.
food and shit.
Yeah.
It's basically the scriptures is basically saying like when all hell breaks loose and death is in the streets, there's gonna be no time for emotions and there's gonna be no time for hanging around chilling.
Yeah.
You're gonna be on to the next.
Yeah.
You probably gonna be thinking, well, fuck, how can I get some food?
Yeah.
Cause you gotta eat.
Everything's gonna be
Everything is gonna be geared towards damn. How can I eat? It's
How
gonna be
can
a
I
famine.
eat? Yeah. You ain't be thinking about no
It's gonna be food. You gonna be thinking about food.
women or none of that shit.
Shelter
Like,
and
yo.
Shelter and food.
Yeah.
That's it. Shelter.
Staying alive.
You might fucking fuck around and step over a body.
Yeah. Or use a body to cover up from a soldier.
we live week to week, but in that time we living day to day.
Go ahead.
For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I will cause to cease out of this place in your eyes and your days the voice of mirth.
Yeah, ain't gonna be no more mirth. You still got they just said it was a monkeypox emergency in New York State, but you still got people living their life like when this shit happen, it ain't gonna be no more of that.
Yeah, because this virus is different, man. You could actually see it on some people. Man.
Yeah, you get it.
You know, you couldn't see COVID. It was the boogeyman.
Yeah, he gonna take mirth out this place. The good times, all that good time spirit that people holding on to, because they really not supposed to be in that spirit right now. But they still got shit going on. But that good time spirit gonna be taken away. Ain't gonna be no mirth in the whole land. Go ahead.
You ain't gonna be celebrating no holidays.
Hey, if you can't eat, ain't gonna be no mirth.
Right.
Go ahead.
And the voice of
Ain't gonna be no
gladness,
holidays.
and the voice of gladness,
The voice of gladness, ain't you? That's gonna be like a rare thing to see somebody glad.
To see somebody smile.
Yeah.
To see somebody smile.
Imagine
man.
that, a world where you say, because that's all Jake do on fucking Instagram, and you watch the short clips of
Yep.
Jake in the world. All they doing is fucking joking and playing all
Dancing.
day. Yeah,
making
trying to make
trends.
you laugh.
Yeah.
That shit gonna be taken out. Go ahead.
the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride.
Yeah, all that getting married and shit, and we having the wedding, that shit gonna be out. Go ahead.
Yep.
And it shall come to pass when thou shalt show this people all these words, and
Yeah,
they
because we're gonna be like, yeah, we was trying to tell y'all. And we was trying to fucking show y'all. And this the Lord that's doing it. And go ahead. And this shall come to pass. Yeah.
when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, wherefore hath the Lord pronounced all this great evil against us?
Go ahead.
Or what is our iniquity? Or what is our sin that we have committed against the Lord our
And
God?
also they gonna know that it's the Lord. See, now they don't really believe in the Lord. But when shit hits the fan, they gonna know that it's the Lord power doing it to them.
Yeah.
Then shall they know that the Lord have done it.
Yep. So that's gonna be the beautiful part, because it's basically gonna be a bunch of I told you so.
Yeah.
Should have got it. Because the Lord is gonna feed his servants. The Lord is gonna make sure his servants drink, as it says in Isaiah. My servants shall eat. You shall thirst.
Yeah. And people gonna be seeing the Lord miracles for his men. And that's why they gonna be searching to and fro through the land. Go ahead.
Then shall thou say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me, saith the Lord, and have walked after other gods, and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept my law.
And have forsaken him. How do you forsake the Lord? You forsake his men. The Lord said he stretched out his arm to gainsaying people. And that's through his men. Because the Lord sets up his men to present to you the opportunity to get the knowledge. And you reject the Lord by rejecting his men. That's why Yahweh Shai said, he that heareth you heareth me. That he that heareth you heareth me. And he that despiseth you despiseth me.
That's right.
If we join heirs, that means we're a part of him.
You said it.
You got more? That was it.
This is Ezekiel chapter 33.
Actually, no.
Yeah,
It's not it. And ye have done worse than your fathers. For behold, ye walk every one after the imagination of his evil heart, that they may not hearken unto me. Therefore I will cast you out of this land into a land that you know not, neither ye nor your fathers, and there ye shall serve other gods day and night, where I will not show you favor.
That was it.
Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 27. Say thou thus unto them, thus saith the Lord power, as I live, surely they that are in the waste shall fall by the sword, and whom that is in the open field will I give to the beast to be devoured, and they that be in the fort and in the caves shall die of the pestilence. For I will lay the land most desolate, and the pomp of her strength shall cease.
Yep.
And the mountains of Israel shall be desolate, that none shall pass through.
Yeah, it mentioned pestilence. So pestilences, famines, all right? Lack of food, lack of water, all these things are going to come to pass. So you got to gear your mind towards trusting in the Lord. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not to thine own understanding.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, it just comes down to dwelling safely in the time of trouble.
Right.
You're gonna need a safety net, and ultimately that safety net is what? The name of the Lord. We gonna need it.
That's right.
A lot of these dudes, I got money. Well, money ain't gonna save you in that day. The scriptures say they shall cast their silver and their gold in the streets. Like that scene in I Am Legend. That's like a famous scene where Will Smith was just stepping over. It was a room full of hundreds. What was that shit doing for him? Nothing. He was stepping over that shit.
Hey, it's going to get to the point where if you don't agree, they're just going to lock your shit out. And it's going to be easy for them to force the shit.
Yep. Because that's going to be the new currency anyway. So what is physical Federal Reserve notes? Federal Reserve notes going to do for you? In the future, if you don't have the mark, then you're not going to be able to buy or sell. That was it.
Got one more.
Go ahead.
29. Then shall they know that I am the Lord, when I have laid the land most desolate because of all their abominations which they have committed.
Yep. You got one more. We're going to close up.
All right, this is the book of Psalms chapter 91, verse 1. He that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
Yep. So while everything we just read previous, going into Jeremiah, because that was a heavy chapter, read that again.
He that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
We want to be under the shadow of the Almighty Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
I will say of Yahweh, he is my refuge and my fortress,
Yep.
my power, in him I will trust.
Yeah, our safe place. So we're going to be able to call on the name of the Lord and dwell safely.
Yeah, it said fortress, a fortress. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That sounds
A place of
real
covering.
safe.
Yeah, a place of covering.
Yeah,
And
fornication.
yeah, and the Lord, like, See, a lot of people try to put a limit on the Most High because you thinking in this carnal ass brain that we got. You can't put a limit on the Lord, man.
Right.
You just can't do it. It's like you start to stumble over your words. You try to do that shit.
Yeah, the Bible say, he say, I am the Lord, I am Yahweh, nothing is too hard for me. So that's like one of my favorite joints.
You could be eating in front of somebody and they not even fucking see you.
Yeah.
You don't know, you know?
And the scriptures also say that the Lord's ways are higher than our ways.
Yeah.
So, we can't even like really fathom all the things that the Lord could make happen.
Yeah, and this is another one that give me like one of my favorite verses from Jeremiah. Jeremiah 29:9-11. This should give you comfort. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord, the thoughts of peace and not of evil. He said he got thoughts of peace towards us and not evil. It say to give you an expected end. He told us how the story ends.
Yeah.
When you go to the book of 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter, he tell you about when Yahushua come back and how he gonna fight Esau.
The dragon and his angels.
Yep. And how they gonna fight and how he gonna obliterate him. He's like, yo, it's gonna be an easy fight. Like he already told us. So it ain't like we gotta be hoping that the Lord can win against fucking Esau Space Force. He said he gonna fucking obliterate him.
It says it says Michael and his angels fought against the dragon and his angels and prevailed not. So they not gonna prevail. But in their movies, Esau always showed you how he defeated the chariots. The scriptures say that Esau prevailed not.
Right.
Yeah.
Got some fucking soldier climbing out the dust and shit. Then the music start playing in the background and shit, and then America goes on. Fuck out of here. That's bullshit.
He say, verse 3 is back in Psalms. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence.
Yep.
And he shall cover you with his feathers, and under his wings thou shalt trust.
That's talking about the ships. The noisome pestilence is the missiles. Read that part again.
Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence.
Yeah, it says the elements shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat in 2 Peter. So that noise is talking about the missiles. Go ahead.
He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shall you trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
Yeah, because when those missiles come down, Lord willing, we gonna be going up.
Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor the arrow that flieth by day,
The nukes. Go ahead.
nor the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor destruction that wastes at noonday.
So it says we're not supposed to be afraid of that.
Yeah.
Now in this flesh, the flesh is trash, it's weak.
Yeah.
You're gonna have some type of, but your faith is gonna make you overcome that.
It says
Because you can't be out here saying that all these things gonna happen, and then when it happens, you start to act like a complete woman.
folding up.
That's why we can't be offended by prophecy.
But
Like Yahshua said in that lesson he made. You can't. How you gonna be out here? America gonna be destroyed, brother. And then when the shit really start to hit the fan, you like, oh.
You can get a little scared, but it's supposed to boost your faith.
Supposed to boost your faith.
Now you see it's happening. So the other thing that's supposed to happen was us getting delivered or us getting protected. That's supposed to happen. You got to hold Yahweh Shai to his word. He said his word not gonna go out void.
That's right.
It say 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. So when you see these things happen to all these people around you, the Lord said 1,000 gonna fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand. That's a lot of people. But it's not gonna come nigh thee. And didn't he tell you why it's not?
Well, hey, he said that he's gonna deliver us one from a city or two from a family, roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah.
That means that there's gonna be a scarcity of people that make it.
Yeah. It say only with your eyes shall you behold and see the reward of the wicked. So you're going to see it. Right? It ain't like you're going to go through the whole tribulation without seeing shit happening. Only with your eyes shall you see the reward of the wicked. Because you have made Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, which is my refuge, even the Most High, your habitation. There shall no evil befall you, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
Complete protection. Complete protection. Because in order for you to be delivered, the Lord is going to have to protect you through these crazy ass times.
Yep. Hey, he did that in the time, the Passover, the first Passover with Moses. When they put the blood on their posts, when they put the blood on their posts, it passed over their house. But the evil was going all throughout the land.
Yeah. That was those death angels. And that's another thing. The death angels are going to be that's going to be like a feast for them. The death angels going to be working. Yeah. And that goes into having the brother mentioned in Ezekiel, not in Ezekiel, in Egypt, when they had the blood over their doorposts. That was like the Thawa back then.
Yep, that mark.
That was that mark. The mark of, Yeah.
It say, for he shall give his angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways.
And that's another thing that we really didn't speak about. When you protected, there's angels around you. Yeah. So really the Lord gonna have the angels protecting us. You know? You're gonna have angels around you, man. Is that hard to believe?
It say in Daniel though that then Michael shall stand for the
children of thy people.
Yeah. We read that I think earlier. It say, and they shall bear you up in their hands, lest you shall dash your foot against the stone.
And how many times have brothers have their own testimonies where the Lord shows you that He exists? Like you might have did some shit and you know you wasn't supposed to do it, and the Lord fucked you up in a certain type of way. That's the Lord showing you, like, nigga, yeah, what the fuck you doing? You know? You might have did some shit, you like, damn, I'm fucked up. Now you might got a fucking flu that feel like you gonna die. Like the Lord plagued you, yeah. Sit your ass down somewhere. Or the Lord, it may be an example where it could be a good example. You might be in a situation, the Lord gets you out of it. Right. That's the Lord showing you that He exists. Right. Okay? You don't need to physically see Yahushua to know that He exists. So He can show you some shit when you fucked up, or He can show you some things in a good manner. The Lord showed me many times that He exists.
Yeah, definitely.
Through my own little small testimonies and things that I went through. I know the Lord exists.
Yeah.
You know? And other brothers the same thing. Go ahead.
It say, because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him, and I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. And he shall call upon me, and I will answer him, and I will be with him in trouble, and I will deliver him, and I will honor him.
I will be with him in trouble, and will deliver him, and will honor him.
It say, with long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation.
And at the end of the day, like I said, that's the end goal. The end goal is salvation, everlasting life with new bodies and dominion over the nations. That's what we want, and everything else comes with that. How's it go? Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things shall be added unto you.
Yeah.
So that's the end goal: salvation, everlasting life, new bodies, and power over the nations. And everything else is going to come with that. Don't be one of those brothers that just say, I'm going to have a whole bunch of women in the kingdom. Yeah. It's going to be way more to think about than that.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of fleshly.
You know? We going to have women, but don't just, I can't wait till the kingdom, bro. I'm going to have mad women. Fuck that. Yeah, the women, that's going to be like second, that's going to be nothing.
Yeah, we really don't even know what living life is like.
Yeah, you gonna be on a whole nother frequency. To have women is gonna be like to have a hand. It's just right there. My hand right here.
And it's forever. Now I'm saying we think about you going probably go paint a fucking picture or some shit.
Yeah. Paint a picture, drink some wine. You know, and you may be with the Akim more than your women in the kingdom.
You're gonna want to explore it. We finally get to explore the earth. You know what I'm saying? See what it look like.
Yeah, spiritual powers, all those things, man.
Hey, you can read Isaiah the 11th chapter, and it expounds upon those times. You know?
Hey, so with that, Lord willing, you were edified. We're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory.
So Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honor to the apostles, the elders, great millstone, that taught us this truth. Peace and blessings and salutations to the elect. Lord willing, you brothers were edified. You sisters as well. Lord willing, we'll see you brothers and sisters next week. Shalom.
Shalom.